Aloha and welcome to this episode of the Hawaii Smooth Jazz Connection. I am your host, Gwendolyn Harris. My guests today are a husband and wife duo. He has six number one hits, and his first two albums have climbed the charts, quickly making way for the third release of his third album, which is soaring to the top as well. He has played with Brian Culberson, Dave Koz, Gerald Albright, Najee, and Jennifer Lopez, just to name a few. His beautiful wife has a beautiful voice, and you can find her performing with her husband around the world. And she is also on his albums. I am very happy to have both of them here today. Let's welcome Dr. Hawley and Kat Hawley to the show. Aloha.
All right.
Aloha.
Aloha. How you doing?
Okay, you see how I had to put that doctor in there.
Oh.
I had to put that doctor in there.
I appreciate. I'll pay you later. Check.
No, no. For those of you that don't know, Dr. Hawley has a doctor of music, correct?
That is correct.
And this, you know what? There's not too many people that I have interviewed that have that. So I am very impressed. So when I say Dr. Hawley, you deserve that title. You worked hard to get it. You worked hard to get it.
Yeah, I did. I did do that.
So make sure you put that in front of everything. Now, before we get into your music career, how did the two of you meet? You two are such a beautiful couple. How did the two of you meet?
Thank you.
You're so sweet. Well, we met at church.
We met at church.
Yeah.
One of my cousins introduced us to each other.
That's actually a great.
Oh, wow.
So, so I was playing in the band at church, and her cousin said, "Hey, I have a cousin of mine that wants to learn guitar." I said, "Really? Okay. Well, I teach some lessons." So then she introduced us after a service, and then next thing you know, she disappeared. And it was just the two of us talking, and it was a setup all the way.
Well, and I was not looking for guitar lessons because I did play guitar when I was in high school, but I already had a guitar teacher. So when he said, "Oh, your cousin said, you're interested in taking some guitar lessons," I was like, "No, I'm not."
You weren't looking for lessons.
Wow, so that was a ploy.
But we ended up talking, and then every Sunday after that, we would just talk, and then we became friends and hang out. And he would come to my family's house on Sundays for dinner, and so yeah.
That's the real truth of it. That's how I got roped in. Was those dinners were just too good. I had to stay in the loop.
Right.
Her whole family, they're from Louisiana, so they they were throwing down.
Oh, wow. And I must say, a belated, because you guys just celebrated an anniversary,
We did.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you guys just celebrate an
And we
anniversary?
just celebrated your birthday too, so it's been just a
Yes.
bunch of celebrating.
Yes,
So
both.
anniversary
An
was-
anniversary birthday?
And then birthday was on Friday.
Yeah.
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 So
Yes.
a
So happy belated birthday
thank you.
and happy anniversary
Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
at that. Now, do you play any other instruments? Kat, first of all, I know you said you knew how to play the guitar a little bit, but I know you have a beautiful voice, but do you play any instruments?
I don't. I can play like a tambourine or a shaker.
Hey, we need
a
that
cowbell.
too. We need
I
that
could
too.
do those.
And what about you, Adam? We know you play the guitar. What else do you play?
Well, I do a lot of production. Obviously, my own records, but I also produce for a lot of other artists too. So I end up playing a lot of the instruments on these songs. So guitar,
Oh, wow.
keyboards, bass, percussion, programming, and so yeah, and back in the day in high school, I used to play a little bit of trumpet, but I had to retire that. That was a little too hard.
Really?
We leave that to the experts, but yeah, I stay pretty busy.
How did you both get your start in the music? How did you get your start in music, Adam?
Well, I started touring at a young age. It was at around 14. I was in, or actually a little bit younger, 13. I was in a bluegrass group. I'm from
Oh,
Oregon.
wow.
and it was just kind of random. My guitar teacher recommended me. They were already touring. I was the oldest member. The other members were 11 and 12, and they already had a tour schedule. So I just dropped right in and started, gigging all around Oregon and Washington. And then I had another band in high school. But really what set it off was moving to Los Angeles and going to the University of Southern California. And while I was there, just, it was just incredible education, but then just built my network. And long story short, after gigging around town for many years, my big break, so to say, was in 2008 when one of my teachers there recommended me for the Manhattan Transfer. And ended up touring with them for 4 years. So I went from doing weddings and quinceañeras and all of that to just straight to the Kennedy Center and the Hollywood Bowl and Japan and you name it. So so it was definitely fun to get that break back in 2008.
Now, how did you get your start, Kat?
At a very young age, like a lot of singers do if they grew up in church, singing in church. I took a lot of acting classes and vocal lessons growing up. And when I was in high school, I started taking it a little bit more seriously. I started doing professional theater and I was a dancer. So I did ballet and tap and jazz, and I danced and sang and did theater all the way through college. And I guess the rest is history. I guess I kind of took like a turn. I thought that I would definitely be in theater. My goal was to move to New York and be like a starving artist and be on Broadway. But everything kind of just turned out differently. For a little while, I was in a professional gospel choir, and here in Los Angeles, I don't even know actually if they do it anymore. It's like a huge contest called the McDonald's Gospel Fest, and choirs and singers come from all over the country to compete, and winners, of course, they get seniority for the next year. You get newscasting, things like that. And so we would travel, all through California and perform. And I would take like master classes and private lessons with a few gospel artists. Ben Tankard, he founded Yolanda Adams. She's a wonderful gospel singer.
Oh, yeah.
I took like a summer program with him one year. And so things kind of just fell to where they are. I guess everything happens for a reason. When I met Adam, that's when I started going with him like around town to his quinceañeras and weddings while he was playing. And
they affectionately call it the burrito circuit. I was playing in a few Latin bands and in East LA and all out in the east side of LA, and no, that's what they call it. It's not
really.
I'm not making it up, and but it was a great way to cut your teeth, and a lot of $100 gigs for 5 hours, and she was hanging the whole time.
Yeah.
So.
See. Stand by your man, girl. Stand by your man.
and actually, it wasn't really a plan of ours to start doing what we do now. I mean, obviously, it's solely Adam's career, and I just perform with him in his live bands and do like a song or two on his albums. Sometimes I'll do like background vocals, but it kind of just sort of happened. One day you were doing a show, I think at Spaghettini in Beverly Hills, when there was a Spaghettini in Beverly Hills. Now it's just fully a restaurant. I think I just got up and sang one day, and he's like, "Oh, that worked out really good. Okay, the next show I want you to sing again." And then it kind of just, fell that way. I mean, it wasn't really a plan. And
now people are mad if you don't sing. So she's locked in.
Yes.
She's locked.
Yes.
Every once in a while, she can't make a show because of our son's schedule, or she has a wedding to go to or something, and people are mad. They say, "Where's Kat?" I'm like, "Dang, I played my heart and soul on that guitar, and that's the first thing you say to me." So
I was waiting for you to get up on the stage, because the last time when I saw you guys was when you guys were here in Hawaii with Dave Koz.
Oh yeah.
So I was waiting for you to get up on the stage.
Well, that's Dave's show, and he was nice enough to have me
I
as a guest, and but yeah, you never know. He may call you up at some point.
And
That may be the next one.
actually, I was there.
Right? Yeah.
I was there.
I saw you.
Adam Jr. was there, and I have a
Yes.
really good friend that I actually sang and danced with in college, and she's a wonderful singer.
Mhm.
She and her husband lived there, so they were at the show, and that was a fun show. Did you go to the early or the late? Or no, there was.
I went to the show like 2 or 3 times because I loved it. But
Mother's Day. I think it was Mother's Day.
it was around Mother's Day because I met you after the show. I met you and your son after the show.
Okay.
Yes. And that was when I went backstage and I met you, Adam, and then I met Dave, and then I met Chris. So yes, that was a great night because I got to meet all of you, took pictures and everything.
For sure.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And I don't think you remember, Adam, but a few years ago you were playing at Napa with Brian Culberson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was there. That was my first Napa event, and I was there, and I met you there, and I gave, because I carry leis with me, and I gave you a lei that time.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah.
Yes.
That festival.
That was a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
It's such a blast up there, and he's had me up there a bunch of times, even since I toured with him 2013, 2014, but then since then he's had me up there almost every year, and starting to do my own music. And unfortunately, well, of course, it ended up getting postponed anyways because of everything that's going on. But
yeah, we're going to talk about this COVID. We're going to get to that later.
Brian was not, he had invited me to do a full show in the festival this year, and and then I was going to be on the cruise, but then all of that got postponed. So, anyways, long story short, Brian's been super supportive, and it's a great festival up there.
Yes. Now, I know you have your handsome son. And both of you are musical. Is he going to get into the music industry?
Gosh,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's this far. He shows interest here and there. Actually, today he was talking my ear off. He was asking. I was working on a song, and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing there?" And I said, "Well, I'm editing it and I'm mixing it." But lately, the most recent instrument he picked up was saxophone, and he was doing that last year in band. I'm not sure how band is going to work, this semester with
I don't know.
with everything being virtual. But yeah, he asked if he could play the saxophone, so he picked it up about a year ago, and but he's mostly been interested more so in computers and coding, and he's in a coding club that he really enjoys, and so he's got a technical and a mathematical mind, so I'm feeling like he may go in that direction.
Maybe he can merge them.
It's really hard to say right now. I mean, there's definitely that natural ability. And even if it wasn't like naturally born, he's around it all the time. He's watching us create and practice and do things at home. And then, of course, when he travels with us. So he's just around it all the time. But I think there's something there. But definitely at the age he is right now, like Adam said, when he was at that age, he was just itching to play something. Same thing for me. I was always in the mirror, with a brush singing along with Whitney Houston or something or Mariah. And he's not doing any of that. But he does dance around and sing. And then, he has a piano. Bless you. So he has a natural ability, but the urge really isn't there for him.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's
not yet.
And he's only
not
11.
yet.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be next year. It could be when he's 16, and then it kind of just pops out. So we don't know.
Yeah.
Now, how is it with you two working together? How is it, Kat? How is it working with your husband? And then Adam, how is it working with your wife on stage?
Well, it's great, because before I started touring on my own in 2016, I was on the road a lot and just gone, and we weren't together as much. So that's when one of the most fun things about it is that we travel together a lot, spend more time with each other, and then when we get a chance, bring little Adam with us too. As in that Hawaii trip in May, I flew them out to come hang out. So that's been a lot of fun. And then we also have a ritual too of anytime we get into a new city of just exploring it, from a culinary standpoint. So we love
Right.
asking around what's the best food in town and exploring that way too. So we have a blast.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, before we even started dating or really serious in relationship, we worked together at church because he ended up being the music director for the youth department at the church that we met at, and then eventually over the whole music department. And then I was one of the worship leaders for the youth. So for years we worked together there, and then also at another church. So it was something that we already were used to doing. And then now I think it's just really natural. I mean, there are, of course, those days where we're just not seeing eye to eye.
No.
Especially when we're recording. Like, what's the song, Hello?
Oh,
the
yeah.
song Hello, and we recorded that. That took us forever to record because he was hearing something that I was not hearing. And it just... Usually when we record, it could take a whole afternoon, maybe a couple of hours. That took probably like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So no, but I think it's fine. I think we work really well together just because we had already done that for so long before now.
Wow. Well, we're going to go on a quick break.
Okay.
We're going to go on a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Okay.
Aloha. I'm Christine Linders, a physical therapy specialist and the host of Movement Matters. My show is designed to teach you the simplest and most effective treatment strategies to get you out of pain and back to doing what you love. If you or someone you know is having pain in a certain area of the body and would like a free assessment and treatment over media or in person, and then come on the show to talk about it, email us at thinktechmovementmatters@gmail.com. Or if you have a topic you would like to know more about, please email us. My goal is to decrease pain all over the world, inspiring people to take better care of their bodies to enjoy life to the fullest. I look forward to hearing from you.
Aloha and welcome back to the Hawaii Smooth Jazz Connection, where I am talking with Dr. Adam Hawley and his beautiful wife, Kat Hawley. Hello, guys.
All
welcome
right.
back.
All right, thank you.
Welcome back. And for those of you that missed the first segment, we were just, talking a little story of how the two of them met and how it is with the two of them working together. Now, Adam, we're going to get into your album, your latest album. Now, your first album, because you have three, your first one was in 2016, just the beginning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then your second one was Double Vision, 2018, which I love.
Oh, thank you.
And I especially love this one, Escape, the newest one.
Yeah.
The newest one, it came out, last month, a couple months ago, 2020. What inspired you to name that album, your last album, Escape?
Yeah, well, I like to have a theme with each album, and I also try to stretch the boundaries and do something different each time. And so with this new album, it really was an escape, just some different vibes, some different grooves, and it all started with the title track, Escape, which features the incredible trumpet player Rick Braun, legendary contemporary jazz artist, and he was nice enough to lend his talents on this tune, and it's actually the next single. It comes out August 24th, so very excited about that.
Awesome.
And so yeah, that song, it just had a vibe of just like kind of getting away and just letting all your troubles away, and then that theme just really kind of permeated throughout the rest of the album with the grooves. So
Excuse me.
I'm just really proud of it, and really think it just just kind of gives that vibe where you can just really chill.
Well, you have a lot of heavy hitters on that album. A lot. On all your albums, you have a lot of heavy hitters. Excuse me. But for both of you, this question is going to be for both of you, okay?
Okay.
You both, I'm pretty sure, have collaborated with a lot of people. Lot of people.
Mhm.
Who would be your dream collaboration?
Wow.
Oh gosh, I'll let you go first because I gotta I gotta think about that one. You go.
I know. I do. Oh my goodness. Goodness. Okay, because there's a lot, because I have so many different types of genres of music that I really enjoy. So I think I would definitely have to say Adele and Demi Lovato for like pop. Brian McKnight, because he was a vocalist that I just remember really just falling in love with his voice and his songs growing up. Who else? I would have to say Whitney Houston. I love Mariah Carey, but I don't know if our voices would sound, if they would go together, if we were to do like a collab. But I guess that's kind of like the point of a collab, is like it doesn't have to be the same, it could be different. And then for gospel, definitely Yolanda Adams. I love her so much. Israel Houghton for gospel as well. Rock, let me think. I used to love Santana. I think that would be fun. Yeah, I say used to, but I mean I used to love.
So what happened? What happened in that? Was there an incident?
Right. So yeah, I think those, just like thinking off the top of my head, I know there's probably like more. What about for you? You had time to think.
Adam, you're next. You're next.
You had the phone book in there, so. Oh gosh, and somebody asked me this on my Facebook show, and what I ended up kind of naming was some people that we've unfortunately lost, because just some legends we've lost in recent years. I mean, George Duke would have been incredible to play with, and really great drummer. We used to be neighbors with him, Ricky Lawson. He used to tour with everybody. It would be great to play with him one more time. And Grover Washington, of course, would have been amazing to play with. So there's just so many great musicians, past and present. And
I know.
but those are some that come to mind, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and during this, the entertainment field has come to a halt, basically. Basically, just come to a halt with this COVID-19, with this pandemic. What have you guys been doing during this time?
Yeah, I just mentioned it a moment ago. I've been doing AH Live, and it's every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific. So I think that'd be 4 p.m. For you guys out there. And it's been so much fun. I've got special guests each week. We've got Mesa coming up, Nick Coleone. We've had Denise Williams in the past, Michael Linkton, and got a bunch of other great people coming. So it's been a lot of fun just to play. Play my tunes, have the guests come on, do their music. I bend my wife's arm and get her to sing, and and it's just been a great way to just interact with the fans and keep in touch with them. Debut new music. I've played a bunch of songs I had never performed before for the first time on this Facebook show, just because we were getting requests and people were digging deep into the catalog, into like track 9 of album 1 and track, 10 of album 2, and can you play such as? I was like, well, I got to learn it first.
Right.
So that's been a blast. So now we're coming up on episode 20. So we've been doing it 20 weeks every Monday, and so yeah, it's just been a great way to keep in touch with the fans.
So where can people go to listen to that? Where can people go to listen to that? And where can people go to buy your album?
Yeah, well, so it's a Facebook show, so it's on my artist page, Adam Hawley artist page, and yeah, as I mentioned, every Monday there'll be 4 p.m. if you're in Hawaii, and then the other great place to go is my website, adamhawley.com.
There you go.
And you can get to all of my social media. I have an online store. Of course, you can get all of my projects at all the regular retailers, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. But you can get them autographed if you go to my website and just click on the link there. And got all the CDs, T-shirts, and I have the new album in vinyl. Very excited about that. Yes, you can get Escape in vinyl. It's pretty cool. Yeah, actually, I got.
Wow.
Here it is. Bam.
Oh, wow. That's bringing back flashback memories, the vinyl.
Yeah. Oh, and it sounds so good. Well, everything sounds so silky smooth in vinyl, and it's a dream come true to get this album printed on there. So
yes.
You can actually catch your shows, previous shows as well on YouTube.
Yeah. If you want to see all the past episodes are archived on my YouTube page, Adam Hawley Official, and so you can catch all the great guests I've had on there. And we just finished a 2-part series with Lindsay Webster, really great vocalist.
Yes.
And we had a full band, and we were performing the last 2 weeks. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So, are you guys ready to sing? Can you sing?
Well, definitely, we would love to.
Yes.
If I can bend your arm, Kat.
If you can, he's saying because I would usually sing on his Facebook show, AH Live, every Monday. If not every Monday, every other Monday. Sometimes I would do 2 songs, but I haven't done anything in probably like 4 weeks, and so
she's been holding out on us. She's trying to get a raise.
People have been commenting because I'll, kind of go through the comments, and we shout out where people are watching from, and people get to ask questions. It's called Ask Adam. So they'll ask him all different kinds of questions. And so people have been saying, when is Kat going to sing again?
Oh, wow.
So
well, I'm definitely going to get the information out there to people.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. But this is the tune. This is from my first record, just the beginning, and it's the final track 11. And it's a tune that it was originally done by The Cure, and I think y'all recognize it. We did something a little bit different with it, so check it out.
Okay.
You
But that, oh my God, that was beautiful.
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's our
You're
Thank you
pleasure.
so much. I have one quick question for you
Okay.
before we have to go. What advice would you give new artists coming into the industry?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. I mean, one of the main things is just trying to find your own lane, find your own voice. It's so important to be original, and that's the hope we all have is someone can hear you play or hear you sing and recognize you for you, and so and we all have our own strengths, our own weaknesses. So you got to find what it is that you do. My son always asks me, why do you do jazz? I say because I love it, so it's easy. That makes it easy. I mean, it's hard,
Hmm.
but it's easy because it's something I enjoy and something I can really strive after. And so I think that's part of it too. Do what you love,
Right.
and push for it. I don't know if you have something you want to add.
No, that's so true. Find your own voice. I struggled with that a lot just coming from theater. I have a very strong vibrato sound. I enunciate my words way more than a lot of R&B singers that you would hear, and that just comes from my background in classical
Hmm.
music and theater, and I was always trying to hide that. And then once I realized that's what made me different, I was able to receive the compliments that I was getting. A lot of people say, I never knew what the lyrics was to that song, and you sing it and I understand everything. Or they say, I try to figure out who you sound like, but you don't really sound like anyone. Who are your influences? And just because we have influences doesn't mean we have to sound exactly like them. And I know it's really hard and it's scary because you see all these other people working that do sound like someone or play like someone or look like someone. And so you say, well, if I just have to do that, then I could get those gigs too or do that. But it's always important to stay true to who you are and really know who you are, what your sound is, and just take it from there. Because I mean, we tell our son all the time, there's no better person to be than yourself. So, because everybody else is taken.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Well, I thank both of you for allowing me to interview you guys. You guys are a beautiful couple. I can't wait until this pandemic ends so that I can come out and we can go back to our live music and I actually can come out and
Let's
see
do
you
it.
guys perform.
Let's
I
do it for
know.
sure.
We can't wait till the pandemic's over either, so we could go to Hawaii.
Yeah,
That's
we want
Yes.
we want to come back to you. That's what we want to do.
Yes, come on back. Come on back. But again, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Take
Oh,
care of that very handsome son that you have there.
Yeah.
Good luck with the school year,
Oh
with
my
this new
goodness.
virtual training and everything. but but most importantly, guys, stay safe, okay?
all
Thank
right,
you.
same
You
to you.
too.
All right, guys. Aloha everyone. Until next
All right.
time.